Now, how amazing would it be if you could actually have a guy sit down and take a legit test, kind of like the SATs, and you can determine whether or not he's the one. Okay, so I'm gonna have you take this 20-minute test and it'll determine whether or not we're compatible. I don't think we're compatible. Unfortunately, the real world, it doesn't work that way. But there are a few really simple tests that you can do today to determine if someone's a good fit for you long term. Keep watching. The first one is what I call the trust test. Do you trust your partner with your deepest, darkest secrets? I mean, a lot of people talk about trust in relationships, but they still keep on dating some sketchy ass people. Here's the truth. If you can't trust a person with your life, as in this person would never do anything to harm you physically or emotionally, then they are not the right person for you. Hey there, my name's Adam Lidolce. I'm the founder of lovestrategies.com. And one thing we talk a lot about in my advanced coaching programs is trust. When to trust certain people and when not to trust people. And if you found yourself never sure when to trust, then we have a free training you can check out when you go to the website, lovestrategies.com, and we're gonna teach you the little love steps so you can start opening your heart to the right man. Number 2 is what I call the celebration test. If you have something really big, like huge, happen in your life, who would be the very first person you'd actually want to tell? If the first person that comes to mind is not your partner, then it's possible that person's just not the one for you. Anytime something really big happens in my life or in Jessica's life, we are the first people we want to tell. Like nature just brings us to each other and that's all we want to do. And I think that that's really important in a relationship. It means that you really are best friends. And friendship really is the cornerstone of any good long-term relationship. The third test is what I call the do it all over again test. I mean, have you ever dated someone where if you could go back and do it all over again, you'd go back in time and literally slap yourself across the face and be like, don't do it, please. If that's the case, definitely not the one for you. If on the other hand, you believe that meeting this guy is the best thing that's ever happened to you, your life is deeper, it's more meaningful with him in it, then you've likely found your guy. The next test is what I call the friendship feedback test. Now look, I take advice from my friends with a total grain of salt, but I do use it as one data point in my decision-making skills for a few different reasons. Number 1 is if they're my friend, I know that they genuinely care about me and my well-being. And number 2, which is why I always like to get their help, is that they're not as emotionally wrapped up in a situation as I am, and they can usually see things a lot more clearly than I can. And this is especially true in relationships. So if your friends, the ones that really care about you, are telling you things like, I don't think you are meant for each other. He really doesn't treat you well. Girl, you deserve better. I think he's cheating on you. Dear God, please open your eyes and wake up. This should at least make you want to think a little bit more about the guy. Maybe go for a walk down by the ocean, skip a couple rocks and think, is this guy really treating me well? Are my friends right? Or are they missing something? And at least give it that second thought. Likely, if everyone in your life is telling you he's kind of a jerk, he's probably a jerk. And the final test is what I call the sick test. When you're sick or you're injured, there are basically 2 types of guys. The first type of guy, babe, so I know you're not feeling well, so I'm gonna go out with the guys tonight and I'll probably sleep over Brad's house if that's cool with you. And then there's the second type of guy. All right, so I got some chicken soup for you. I got a little bit of tea, not too hot, perfect temperature, and I have that bread on the side just the way you like it. No crust. Love you, baby. Now I know that like nurturing and caring and overtly thoughtful men, it might not be like the hottest thing when you first start dating for a lot of you out there, but if you are looking for long-term success in your love life, then those are the type of traits that you really want. It's the guy who will be at your bedside when you're sick, who will take care of you, who wants to be with you, not the guy who looks for any excuse possible to get out of things. So with all these tests, use these as indicators, not 100% decision points, because you know what? No relationship is perfect and there's always going to be ups and downs. Ultimately, these tests are designed for you to bring your rational side along with your heart whenever you start dating. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll speak to you very soon. Bye-bye.